But
wow, you just mentioned COVID, right? COVID-19.
Yeah, COVID, yeah.
Were you affected by COVID? Like, what was the traffic like?
I mean, as soon as those COVID checks hit, like
You big? Oh,
Hello everyone. Instagram. I got these everyone.
sneaker. You like sneakers? What's your
And
name?
I got these girls.
What's your name? Oh shit! Oh shit!
My name is Asher. Bye.
Going all out when it's by that bread and butter. The kid for cut, I put that on my dead brother, yeah.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video from TM-TV 2020. Wednesday afternoon out here in Oklahoma City. The temperature is really nice. And with me in the shop today, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'm going to let him introduce himself to you guys.
what up, guys? I'm Zach Houston. I own 10thStSneaks. We've been curating sneakers, vintage, and streetwear in Oklahoma City since 2018, so about 5.5 years now, and it's been pretty good.
Wow, that's nice. What was growing up like for you? You grew up in Choctaw, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Choctaw. Played sports as a kid in high school and flipped shoes on the side and flipped shoes all the way up till I had a store full of shoes. Had some help with me along the way, but
Wow.
only one left now.
Wow, that's good. The 10thStSneaks, right?
Yeah.
How did this started?
Well, I had a good friend. His name is Colby Combs, and he was probably the main factor in the store with me. There was 3 other guys who were in it when we started, but 2 of them left, I think, maybe a year in, maybe 2 years in. I don't know, it's all kind of a blur now. And then the last one left, or the third left, I think maybe a year after they left. So it was pretty much just me and Colby most of the time here on the day-to-day, and just went to every sneaker show and brought back as many shoes to Oklahoma City as we possibly could, because there's not very many options out here, especially back in 2018 when we started. Whereas now, there's a decent amount of culture out here. We do an event, Oklahoma does their event, and so that definitely helped build the sneaker culture. Definitely wouldn't be here without Oklahoma either. Their event was like the first time I really was able to buy and sell and trade shoes outside of just like my little Instagram community that I had built.
Wow. So you're pretty much the last man standing.
Yeah.
How does that feel, Zach?
I mean, I had to buy them all out, so.
Okay. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
It's like you're doing 3 people started, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're doing 3 people by yourself.
Or like five technically.
How does that feel, bro?
A lot of late nights. I was here till I think 4:30 last night. So,
wow.
When you have 5 people that aren't necessarily getting paid, the reason they fell off is because when we originally started, it was on the concept of like eat what you can kill.
Yeah.
And so me and Colby had probably 80% of the inventory, and the other 3 guys had like 20% of the inventory. And we're splitting all the bills evenly amongst the 5 of us. So it's pretty cheap. Like, it's not costing them a ton, but they just weren't able to scale, and they didn't really put in the same amount of time. A lot of times it was just me and Colby going to these out-of-state events. I think the first year that we were open, we probably were closed maybe 50% of the weekends out of the year, like closed either a Saturday or a Sunday, because we were like at an event somewhere in Dallas or Kansas or Chicago, Miami, wherever, out there trying to get inventory to bring back here, and we didn't have like the structure to be able to like stay open and also go. And so it was good times though, definitely good times.
I know. What's your day like, man?
Oh, usually I'm here pretty late.
So what time do you wake up?
So as far as like, usually I'll leave here sometime.
Don't say 3 a.m.
Well, you see, so we close at like 7 to 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And so I'll usually be here a few hours after we close, just kind of finishing up on some day-to-day that I wanted to get done with that day. Maybe I'll go get like some dinner, hang out with my girlfriend, and then usually after she goes to bed, I do come back for like a couple hours. So I am here till at least like 2, 3 a.m. most nights, unless we have like an event the next day, you know, or something like that. I don't always hang out late on those nights, usually because we'll be getting up early that morning to go. It's hard to stay here till 3 and wake up at 5 most days.
Wow, wow. Have you ever had a regular job before?
No, never.
Wait, you never worked at McDonald's before?
No, one of the guys that originated with us here, he worked as like a dishwasher at this German restaurant in Choctaw.
The city? Oh, Choctaw.
It like used to be like apparently like this 5-star restaurant. Like it was super good, and then it like all fell apart. It's like I don't think owned by the same people anymore. But so he was like a dishwasher there. Like he was like, "Yo, like come work here with me," and I'm like, "Nah, bro. Like I'm good." And so like back in high school, we like flipping shoes for money and stuff. Really, like even back in middle school, like flipping shoes for money. And then had like a couple like small like side businesses like throughout like middle school and like high school and all that, just to kind of get more money to buy shoes, but not shoes really to wear, just shoes to like flip.
To sell.
Yeah.
So where do you get your first capital from?
Just flipping shoes. I mean, like.
Do you remember the first shoe that you bought? That you sold? That's a long time ago.
Not really, no.
Okay. So when did you officially open?
We opened this in March of 2018.
2018?
Yeah, so we were
right.
supposed to open like January, February.
5 years ago?
Got delayed to March. Yeah, so about 5. It was 5 years last year. It'll be like 6 years.
Wow. 3 people started the business, right?
Yeah.
2 people out. So what kept you going?
I mean, just I felt like I wanted it more than them probably at the end of the day.
Wow.
The guy whose uncle like owns the place that we rent it from,
Yeah.
he was like real big into like owning a sneaker store. I always wanted a sneaker store, but it wasn't necessarily something that I felt like I like needed to have. It was more something I felt like I would have like later on in life, you know, I just had some money to blow. Like, let's open a sneaker store. If it makes money, it makes money. If it doesn't, it doesn't type thing. And so when because I was just friends with Cash, who's his uncle who owns it, and Colby, and we were just going to events and stuff together. And so they had already like looked at the spot and decided they were going to open up a sneaker store, and they let me know about it. And so I was kind of the one off out of the friend group that came in, and I'm the only one left. So.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's so funny, like, I was talking to somebody about football yesterday, sport in general. Most people that people think is gonna make it, they don't make it.
No,
this guy, I mean, he's just playing, he's just here with us. Those are the people, and that's like, so that was a good story. That was a good story, man. So how many of 10thSneaks do we have, as in store, do we have in the city?
Just this one right
just
here.
One?
Yeah, just one. Back when COVID first started, I had 3 that we had opened, not necessarily 10th Street
Oklahoma
Sneaks.
City?
In Oklahoma City. There was 10th Street Sneaks here, where we're sitting at now. There was the Fit OKC, which was at 119th and Western in like South OKC Moore area. Okay. And then 10 Toes in Tulsa had just moved out of the Box Yard district in Tulsa, and so they couldn't get out of their lease because the Box Yard district didn't want to let them out because everything happening with COVID.
Wow.
Because this was before it was like really bad. This is probably, I guess maybe January, February, like right at turn of the year, like when, and they might have even moved out of their Box Yard unit before like the holidays, and they were just like, you know, trying to get something in there so that it would kind of offset the rent that they were having to pay for it. And so we had tossed open just like a little small vintage store that was maybe open for like 30 days there before COVID shut everything down for like 60 days. We just went and picked it all up, and I'm not sure ever actually what happened with the lease or anything, but
wow. You just mentioned COVID, right? COVID-19.
Yeah, COVID, yeah.
Were you affected by COVID? Like, what was the traffic like?
mean, as soon as those COVID checks hit, like
You want to go
was
speed?
good.
Okay,
it was
okay.
good because I mean everybody like jumped to buy shoes, and a lot of the shoes went up in value. I think also around that time, like The Last Dance came out with like Jordan on like Netflix, and that was the night that came
Funniest
out.
thing, you mentioned Last Dance, right? I was
Yeah.
watching the documentary last night.
Okay, yeah.
Honestly.
So, the night that documentary came out, we were just sitting here watching it, and